What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis. The season is about to start. We will be crowning new champion, new award winners. One of the last awards I have to do is who going to win the NBA scoring championship. Russell Westbrook was able to get 2 championships. One when KD went down, and the second when KD left. He was able to win 2 scoring titles. KD was able to win multiple. Steph Curry was able to average 30 on 50% from the field. And, of course, you had LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and things like that. But this is a new year, a new season. I'm going to go through all the people that I think can win it. And then I will tell you who I think will win it by predicting, guesstimating, having a little fun with it. So, honestly, the candidates to me is number 1, James Harden. And you'd be saying, wow, why would you pick James Harden and he has Chris Paul and he has the team that he has? The answer to that is easy. When James Harden played with the Thunder, he still averaged 19 motherfucking points off the bench. He still was able to be effective. Not only was James Harden able to be effective, he was able to be efficient. And his shots came easier. He was able to play off other players, get backdoor cuts, get out in transition. Life was so much easier when he was playing with other great players and other ball handlers that he can play off the ball and get easy corner threes, backdoor cuts, and score in transition. He was so efficient. He shot 49% from the field, and he averaged 19 points off the bench. Chris Paul is another ball handler that can make his job a lot easier, and he doesn't have to do all the heavy lifting. He doesn't have to do all the work offensively, make all the plays, score all the points. Chris Paul can score in the mid-range from the 3, and he also can take the ball handling duties off of him and allow him to play back off the ball like he used to do back in the day. I know he still needs that third player that can really change the franchise. Until they get that third player, even with Dwight, I feel like they had a chance to win the championship if they got that third wheel. And Daryl Morey was never able to get that third guy to go along with Dwight Howard and James Harden. And that's what I think they're going to be in, that same predicament where they have a great team, especially offensively. They have the shooters. Clint Capella and Nene are finishers at the paint. Then they have the ball handlers and the playmakers and the three-point shooters. But they just missing that third guy that can take them over the top and make them a championship team. They're always going to be a great team. They're always going to be one of the top teams in the NBA, not just the West. But they still missing that one more that other third superstar that can take them over the top. They thought it was Chris Bosh. He said it was too much pressure, so he stayed in Miami. And he could have been that guy, but he ended up going out with blood clots anyway. Number 2, Anthony Davis. This guy lit it up last year. He showed why he was the number 1 pick. He showed why he had so much potential and why he deserved that max contract that he got a year later. 2 years ago. He played up to the contract. They didn't win. They wasn't close to making the playoffs, but he absolutely dominated, especially since he took more shots and he had more pressure, and he played the season without Drew Holiday and other great players on his team, where other good players and other role players was injured too, and he was still able to remain efficient, stay dominant, and still was able to basically play great defense to a certain extent. The team didn't play great defense, but he was a great individual defender, and he had to carry the load all season, and he was able to take more shots. But like I said, he still was efficient while doing it, and that's hard when the whole defense is geared towards you. Everybody trying to stop you. Everybody know you're gonna get the ball. Everybody know your favorite spots because they scouting you. They're studying you before the games, and you're able to still stay dominant throughout the whole 82-game season, especially without your best players. And Boogie Cousins even got there. He got suspended. He sat the bench some games, and Anthony Davis still remained dominant. Kyrie Irving, this is going to be a harder one. It's just like, at the end of the day, Kyrie Irving going to have the ball in his hands. He can light it up damn near anytime he wants to. He can get hot from 3. He can finish with the best of them in the paint. He's a great free throw shooter. He's a great three-point shooter. He's a player that can come off screens. He's a guy that doesn't need that much space to get off his jump shot. And with that being said, he's going to be able to light it up and score a lot of points. And then he's in a pass-centric offense, which means he's going to get a lot of easy shots just for being in the system. And that's not even including creating his own shot, getting some isolations, getting transition, getting free throws, and knocking down spot up threes from time to time. And that's going to allow him to score over 25 points a game, because they're going to need him to do it, because the East is weaker, but the West is better. And they're going to challenge Kyrie to say, we need you to be the best player you can be for us to win. And he's going to go out there and show out, and like he always do, put on the show and show what he can do. And I think he's going to be up there in scoring, just because how the system is and just how great of a shooter and scorer that he is. He's going to find holes and seams in the defense, and he's going to exploit them, because he is an attack and score first point guard. And any opportunity that he see, he's going to take that to an advantage and score. Fourth, Damian Lillard. He's a guy that's on the bad team where they need him to score, just like Anthony Davis. He scored a lot of points last year because they needed him to score those points. He had a career high in points per game at 27 points a game. They're going to need it from him. He doesn't really have a choice. His team, yes, they got Nurkic, but the West got even deeper and even better. And if he wants to win, if he wants to make it to the playoffs, he barely made it the last 2 years. They had a great ending to the last 2 years, and they barely made it to the playoffs in like the last 2 weeks. And honestly, it came down to the last week this year, and he's going to have to play even better than he did last year just to make it to the playoffs this year. He can score in the paint, free throw, three, mid-range, transition, anything. He's going to have to do that, and he's going to have to actually rely on passing a lot too, to Nurkic, to CJ, and trusting his teammates, because everybody going to say Damian Lillard is the player we got to worry about the most. Take him out of the game, we win. And he's going to have to be in that mode where nobody can guard me, no team can stop me. And if he plays like that, they should be able to make it to the playoffs. But they're going to need him to be playing at an MVP level, maybe 30 points a game level. That's how hard it might be to make it to the playoffs in the West, especially because you still got Memphis, you got the Pelicans, you still got the Clippers, you still got the Jazz. If he wants to separate himself from those teams and make it to the top 8, he's going to have a hell of a season. LeBron James. The reason why I picked LeBron James was because Isaiah Thomas going to be gone. Derrick Rose can't really shoot. Dwayne Wade can't shoot. And Kevin Love can't play defense and protect the rim. And with that being said, they're going to need more out of LeBron James. He led the NBA in minutes last year. And not only is he going to have to lead the NBA in minutes this year without Isaiah Thomas and other players, he's going to have to score the ball even more. He's more of a playmaker. He's more of a guy that loves team basketball. But he did score a lot of points last year, and they're going to need him to do that this year. He was able to score 26 points a game on 54% shooting from the field and 36 from three. They're going to need a repeat performance from that to basically get the #1 seed in the East. But LeBron James, he's old reliable. Until he's retired, he's going to be able to produce in the NBA. Blake Griffin. This is going to shock a lot of people because, he's always injured. He's not that good. Blake Griffin can score the basketball. Blake Griffin can dominate. And he was a rookie that came in and averaged 20 and 10 as a rookie. But they're going to need Blake Griffin to be the primary decision maker. They're going to need him to get the ball in the post, get the ball at the top of the key, make plays with his handles, knock down elbow jumpers, knock down some threes, get to the free throw line and be aggressive, and to make plays. They're going to need Blake Griffin to step up because DeAndre Jordan is the second best player on his team, and he's not really known for his offense. Yes, he can catch an alley-oop. Yes, he can dunk the ball. Yes, he can get putbacks, but he's not really known for getting 20 to 25 points a game. That's what Blake Griffin is going to have to be known for now if he really wants to make the playoffs, and if he wants to get to that 8th, 7th, or 6th or higher, he's going to have to dominate not only with his passing, but with his rebounds and with his scoring, and he's going to have to do it for all 82 games, and if he get injured, he's going to have a hell of a season to thrust them into the playoff spot. Yes, I do have the Clippers being in that bottom 6, 7, 8 seed, but that's because I expect Blake Griffin to go back to the Blake Griffin when Chris Paul got injured and was able to help them make the playoffs. He was a top 3 MVP candidate that year because of his assists, because of his rebounding, and because he was able to score and take over games even in the fourth quarter. They're going to need him to do that all season, and they're going to need him to stay healthy, and he's going to have damn near the best season of his career as the guy since Chris Paul is gone and since Blake and since DeAndre Jordan is not known as a scorer. Yes, he does have a lot of help. Yes, he does have a lot of depth, but they need somebody that can make plays and not like Lou Williams can do that. Patrick Beverly not really known for that. And Danilo, he can score. He can put the ball on the floor, but he's not Blake. Blake is going to have an MVP caliber season like he did a lot years ago, but he's going to have to take it to another level if he really wants to prove that he can make it to the playoffs and have a shot at making a run. And if he does that, it's going to attract more free agents to want to come to play with him. And if he does that, he'll have a chance to win the championship in the future. So if I had to pick one, I probably had to pick Anthony Davis or Damian Lillard. Anthony Davis or Damian Lillard, they came out in the same draft. Davis, I'd probably go with because his team is worse and the guy can flat out do everything, and he's way more efficient than Damian Lillard. And to me, he's just a better scorer in general. And he actually outscored Damian Lillard last year by a whole point because Damian averaged 27 and Anthony Davis averaged 28. I think Davis is going to have to score even more points because his team is just not good enough. And Rondo going to give him a lot of easy looks, a lot of dump offs, a lot of easy mid-range. He's going to be constantly trying to find him. And Drew Holiday is a guy that he's not scared to score, but he also is a playmaker himself. And DeMarcus Cousins, he's a guy that said, hey, I won't take a bad seat. I'm going to pass the ball more, and I'm still going to pick my spots when to score, which means Anthony Davis has a shot to be a 30-point scorer, and he has the ability to do it. And if I had to pick a scoring champion, honestly, it would be between Lillard, Davis, and James Harden. But James Harden came so close to being a scoring title winner when he was going at it against Russell Westbrook, even last year. And honestly, James Harden might be close, but I think Davis will get it. And that's going out on a limb because a lot of people wouldn't even pick Anthony Davis to be a scoring champion, and I think he'd be able to do it. Let me know who you think going to win the scoring title in the comment section below. Check out my website at NasusPlayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. Also, check out my Facebook page, NasusPlayground.com. Link will be in the description and in the comment section below. Click the link and send you to my website. Sign up to there to be a user. Click the link and send to my Facebook page. Sign up to that and like me on Facebook to show support. That's all I'm asking you guys to do. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis. I'm gone. And let me know who you think is your top 5 scoring champion players that can actually have a shot at winning it. I'm gone.